maybe some Dutch bias. So first up, we had him blocking Lance Stroll in the final corner, or coming into the final corner in qualifying. This, as far as I can gather, wasn't even investigated, even though he was going really slowly right on the racing line. This was clearly impeding. Insane. Then we had him going too slowly in qualifying, which was investigated, but he got away with no real punishment because they said, oh, but his team just programmed the car wrong. But like, hello? I'm not saying he should have been punished for that, but since when can you separate team and driver and these sort of things? The car was still going slower than it should have done on qualifying in laps and out laps. Then we also had, of course, the unsafe release, which is the only one that was actually punished. Now, obviously, this was very lucky that Kimi Antonelli saw him being unsafely released because Kimi's mechanics were right there. If Kimi didn't react so quickly, there would have been a crash, the cars probably would have slid into the mechanics, and I don't even want to think about the injuries that could have been caused. It was genuinely, it wasn't an unsafe release, it was a dangerous release. Now, we did get a 10-second penalty for this, but honestly, I feel like it should be harsher. Literally, we could have had like loads of broken bones and stuff. Like, can you even imagine a collision in the pit lane like that? It's a real basic thing. He cannot be released and cause a collision and be dangerous in the pit lane. I don't understand how this was only 10. This should have been more. And then, of course, we've got the turn 2 incident with Lando Norris. Now, this one I feel like is a bit more 50-50. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, but he slid. But the reason he slid is because he was flooring the throttle to try and get ahead of Lando. I don't know, Lando was ahead. I think he's lucky, honestly, that Lando so readily backed out, because if Lando actually tried to hold his car there, as he was literally ahead going into the corner slightly, I think you got to say that Max would have caused a collision with Lando. He would have slid straight into him and damaged both cars. Now, obviously, Lando was smart to not stay there, but just because Lando avoided the collision doesn't mean that Max wasn't effectively trying to cause a collision. I don't know. This one is a bit more 50-50 for sure, but that definitely could have been penalties. There's 4 separate incidents there, all of which could have been penalties, and only one of which was a penalty, and that one was lenient. I don't know. Is it just me?